Well, okay, so this is interesting because I, um, if the Inquisition is not helping the elves, then I don't want to be a part of it anymore. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. Ooh, pretty. I'm guessing we're getting ready for some story time. Ah yes, and by the way, welcome to Sky Bunny's stream. If you're watching it on YouTube, we are about to start the Trespasser DLC. Oh no. Oh, thank God. It fixed itself. I was like, oh no, please no.
Another parade, another bloody negotiation.
Smiles, everyone. We must be careful how we present ourselves.
Why did Divine Victoria call the Exalted Council? She's kept Orlais from bothering us for the last 2 years.
At increasing political cost, yes. She has done all she can, but the Exalted Council has become necessary. Orlais would control us, and based on their many marriage proposals, they have specific plans for you.
Hey.
Our real concern is Ferelden. They would see us disbanded entirely.
So basically nothing has changed. It went exactly the way back and exactly what I thought it was going to happen. And let me guess, I'm going to go back to being treated like an elf again.
Inquisitor, it has been too long. I hope the years have been kind to you.
How have you been, Mother Giselle?
I spent last summer in Emprise de Lyon, distributing food sent from the Exalted Plains. The Dales are finally
recovering. That's
recovering.
awesome. Thank you.
Corypheus left a great deal of damage for us to repair. I appreciate your efforts.
And I yours, your worship.
Ugh,
the Inquisition forces were of great help tending the sick. The Elysian soldiers at Suladin Keep, somewhat less so. Divine Victoria asked me to greet you on her behalf. She is currently attending to the Ferelden ambassador's concerns.
How do you think Divine Victoria has done these last 2 years?
It is hardly for me to say, Inquisitor.
With respect,
I supported
that's
Liliana.
Never stopped you before, Mother Giselle.
Victoria says she is better suited to the battlefield than the Sunburst throne, but she has restored the Chantry. And also people's faith in it. We are lucky to have her.
You can probably just call her Cassandra in private conversation.
You can, Inquisitor. I prefer to use her divine name.
I liked Liliana's
Our last
thing.
divine once joked about why I insisted upon calling her Justinia. She called it my way of reassuring her that I had not completely forgotten who was in charge.
I'll find her.
I'll speak to Divine Victoria.
I believe she would appreciate that, your worship. The divine sees the good that you can do and have done. Duke Cyril will wish to greet you on behalf of Orlais. I believe he is currently speaking with the Tevinter ambassador. Many of your friends have returned as well. I hope you have a chance to speak with them before the Exalted Council begins.
The Imperium sent an ambassador.
Is it Dorian?
Yes, your worship. Dorian Pavas has taken a chance to return from Tevinter. It will be good to see him again. I owe him my apology.
Yes, you do.
I allowed my distrust of Tevinter to cloud my judgment. He took a great risk coming to help us, and deserved better treatment.
You're going to apologize to Dorian?
I have little patience for those who cannot admit they were wrong, Your Worship. Myself included. I will have to make my apologies somewhere public. He will want an audience for his reaction.
Who has returned for the Exalted Council?
Your dwarven friend, Master Tetras, for one.
Who's that?
I understand he spent
Oh,
the last few years
Varric.
in Kirkwall. I believe
I've
Sir
never-
Blackwall has returned as well, although he now uses the name Tom Ranier. Enjoy time with them while you can, Your Worship. I doubt you will have the chance once the Exalted Council is underway.
Is this going to be like
Thank you,
the
Mother Giselle.
ball?
Your Worship, a final question, if I may. This Exalted Council, Ferelden would have the Inquisition disband. Olay sees its power as another feather in a chevalier's helmet. What do you wish to do with the
I
Inquisition?
don't know.
Corypheus is dead. We accomplished what we set out to do. If we're not needed any longer, and if it can be done peacefully, it may be time for the Inquisition to disband.
Thank you. Make a watch over you, Inquisitor. I will not keep you any longer.
I mean, I've literally done nothing. That's I wanted Liliana. Maybe you don't get to decide, or maybe I didn't do something enough with it. I liked her thing about changing the things for the elves and optional catch up with old friends. Optional. Fuck is optional about that? Please.
So sentimental about the Inquisition.
Varric! Hi!
The Prince of Starkhaven wrote to you again.
Of course he did. Just put that one in the pile with letters from the Merchants Guild.
And the captain of the city guard had a very colorful message for me to deliver to you as well.
Inquisitor! Andraste's ass, am I ever glad
Hi,
to see you?
my door.
And the Inquisitor comes to the rescue once again.
Is that what you call it?
This is Bran Caven. Until recently he was the Viscount
Provisional Viscount.
of Kirkwall.
Are you here to represent Kirkwall in the Exalted Council, Viscount Bran?
Provisional Viscount, which sadly is no longer my office. I have resumed my post as Seneschal now that Master Tethrus has been elected Viscount.
What?
You're the Viscount of Kirkwall now.
Well, it seems the two of you have a great deal to discuss. Why don't I just leave you to it?
Why do you seem
So,
salty?
It turns out you fund enough reconstruction efforts in a city-state, the nobles give you the worst job they can think of.
Aww.
I might need to sit down. You're the ruler of Kirkwall now, all of it.
That's not that big a deal. I have a really pointy crown that I wouldn't be caught
That's
dead
ridiculous.
wearing, but that's it. They voted me in because I got the harbor and businesses up and running again. They want shit fixed, and I can do that.
That's pretty
Anyway,
awesome.
I was hoping I'd catch you before the summit got
You got me a
underway.
present.
Got you a sort of present. It's official recognition of your title and holdings in Kirkwall. Congratulations. You're a Comtesse now.
What?
You can't actually do that without...
Too late. Already did it. You should stop by Hightown sometime to see your estate. It's pretty nice. For Kirkwall, anyway.
Not the disposition of
Awesome.
empty estates is supposed to...
You were leaving us to talk, remember?
I would love to move to Kirkwall. Aww.
This is possibly too much, Varric. I don't know what to say.
That's nothing. Practically nothing. Don't mention it. Oh, that reminds me. It's the key to the city.
You can't give that away without approval from the council.
I love
It's a
this.
ceremony.
It's just symbolic anyway.
It controls one of the giant chain nets in the harbor.
Really? That is so much better than I thought.
This operates those giant chains. Can I try it?
No. I don't know how this council thing is going to end for the Inquisition. But whatever gets decided, you've got a place lined up in Kirkwall if you want it.
Awesome.
Also, control of the harbor, I guess. Anyway, you should meet with the diplomats.
Yay.
We'll get in a game of Wicked Grace before I go
I would
back,
love
though,
to move in
right?
with Cullen
I
and
wouldn't miss it.
Kirkwall. That would be
Don't bet any
perfect.
public buildings this time.
I still can't believe he's the Viscount. That's ridiculous.
I'll be here if you need me.
Awesome. We'll talk to my boy last. Gotta go over the trees. Hey!
Fashionably late. I thought you weren't gonna show.
I gave you my word we would talk, and I never break my word.
Easy there. I was just teasing. So tell me everything that happened while I was away. And after the betrayal and what I put those men through, my sorries were worth about as much as shit.
How many people hit you?
I lost count at 12, but I could take a punch. They needed to know that there's a way to come back from anything. And I wanted to help them if I could.
That's
I thought
nice.
going up there on the gallows was difficult. This was worse. 100 times worse. Anyway, it's nice to be back, though I'm not sure what to think of this council. No matter what, you know you can always count on my sword arm and my friendship.
Aw, thank you. Varric got me in a state.
Your aim is atrocious. I'm embarrassed for you.
Think you can do better?
Yay!
Inquisitor?
Why is there a potions thing? And a merchant. Golden nug? Okay. Don't understand what the point of that was, but okay. I see Cole. Did Cole stay with me?
Inquisitor, I see you have time for afternoon refreshments.
Did you know that a merchant in the courtyard is selling gemstones the same color as your eyes?
What an odd thing to say. I must see this for myself.
You're useful to have around, Cole.
I still don't understand Orlesians and their masks, but it makes him happy. And I needed the table.
For breadcrumbs.
Birds like breadcrumbs.
Aww.
Oh, Cole, good day. I didn't see you there.
But I saw you, as lovely as your songs.
Aww.
I'm pleased for both of you.
The world has ample pain, Inquisitor. The kindness found in Cole is rare indeed.
Her songs bring happiness to those who hear,
Aww.
and I can make her happy in return.
Cute.
Well then, carry on.
Hello.
She's very good at the bard thing. Wait, still not gonna talk to. So what are you doing behind the bar?
Your worship, I'm glad you're here. Listen, I need you to keep the chief distracted while we sneak this dragon skull through the room behind you.
I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes.
It's for his birthday.
I'll see what I can do for him.
All right, here he comes. Just keep him talking. He loves talking.
Hey, boss. Good to see you.
It's good to see that the Veil has largely healed, now that most of the major rifts are closed. You might think otherwise, but the Veil isn't technically a physical barrier. It's more like a magical vibration.
That is not the right one.
That repels the Fade.
Awful thing to talk about.
Did you know that Ferelden has its own names for lords? The country is divided into Ternirs, governed by Terns. Inside those are cities and Arlings ruled by Arls. And then there's the Banorn. It's a large area of countryside ruled by multiple bands.
This is probably the most
good to know.
Boring conversation ever.
It's fascinating to see the remnants of Syrian culture here. Most of it was deliberately erased during Orlesian unification under the reign of Mafrath's son Isarath.
Where was there? Where was there? Where was there? One more.
Do you think news of the Exalted Council could affect the lyrium shipments from Orzammar?
Maybe.
I don't have anything else. I used all of my knowledge up.
I'm sorry, I can't do this.
Sure you can. They must have that thing almost across the room by now, right? Ben Hasrath, remember?
Guys, happy birthday, Chief.
Oh, you guys. You got me.
Oh, adorable. What the fuck was that?
Hey, boss.
That was amazing. Alright, Bull, don't care, Cole, Josephine. Why? Why? Glad to know just moving a picture got me 2 strength. Ooh. Expensive dog treats. Why? Oh. Oh yeah, I'm so strong. Cullen. At the summit the Inquisition will attend. The news is half rumors, but with those representatives they say are going, it's clearly serious, and the details are probably not something you can put down in a letter. I will, however, look forward to more glowing descriptions about how much you love Orlesian parties. I'm sure you and Emilia will find enough danger away from the summit. You always do. Is it worth warning either of you to be careful? Branson's here. His son insists I had hello call to this letter. He also insists it be hello and not hello. Your nephew is very stubborn. Aww. Adorable. Inquisitor, you don't need me to dictate every word exactly, do you? I may be divine, but that doesn't mean I have any particular skill at letter writing. Should I start with a joke? I don't know how to make hours upon hours of meetings with Grand Clerics sound anything less than mind-crushingly tedious. I also don't know how to make a joke about something involving hats. Probably Varric would know. It's very important that I sound reassuring. The Inquisition has so much to deal with already and should not have to worry about the state of the Chantry on top of everything else. You can say something about how well the Red Lyrium cleanup efforts have gone, can't you? And perhaps mention the Templars and no, never mind. That subject has been discussed to death. Or perhaps mention the play about the Inquisition heroism that's been performed in Val Royale. That would be very good to hear about, I'm sure. Oh, late for a meeting with some Reverend Mothers from Navarra. Just finish this up with something appropriate. I fear I shall have no opportunity to meet with the prior. Oh, exalted Casa to Halamasha. The colleges and fraternities and chanters are holding yet another round of elections in a few months, and I must be present to organize everything, or the Aquatarians and liqueurs will inevitably get drawn into the most passive-aggressive arguments over the number of ballot boxes and the arrangements of voting cards that you can possibly imagine. On the last two occasions when I could not be spared from my duties at the Imperial Court, the isolationists sealed themselves inside the debating area with ice walls in protest over some insult with the libertarian senior enchanter from Cumberland. I must, of course, convey the continuing approbation of the Elysian Court, though I have no doubt dear Duke Cyril has already bored you to death with the Council of Heralds' compliments by now. Cordially, Vivian. Are these people the ones not here? Ah. The sun is shining, the seabirds are screeching, and almost nothing in Hightown has fallen into a sinkhole and ended up in the sewers over a month. The Red Lyrium cleanup in the gallows is going better than expected. Nobody misses having Meredith fused to the flagstones, eerily glaring at everyone. The city guard celebrated finally getting her out of there by holding a completely impromptu parade. Several Lowtown residents composed a song on the spot with lyrics to the effect of "Thank the Maker, the crazy cursed Templar is gone," which was remarkably catchy, despite or maybe because of the fact that it was mostly just swearing in tune. Even with all the stellar progress, it looks like I'm stuck here. Channels in the harbor were completely changed by falling debris a few years back, which led to a lot of ships skirting wrecked coming and going, which only made things worse. And then we had rifts open, and weird glowing fade rocks appeared out there. Incidentally, thanks for closing the rifts. Now the only hope for repairing the harbor is to send guys with pickaxes to clear the rocks. Ever try to hire miners who are also divers, Inquisitor? There aren't many, and even fewer are happy mining glowing shit from the fade. This is going to take a lot of my coin to fix. Stop by the city sometime. We'll play Wicked Grace. Please, the Viscount shit is getting boring.
Well met, your worship.
Thank you for sending the charges to assist in dealing with the demons attacking Namont Fort. Their assistance was most appreciated and many lives were saved. The Iron Bull and his chargers have prevented another civil war from sweeping across our lake with the efforts of Paradel. The Iron Bull in particular defeated the would-be usurper in combat. We must protest the actions of the Bull's chargers in Southreach. While the presence of demons and Templars corrupted by the Red Lyrium is undisputed, the necessity of your dwarven miner collapsing the better part of the mountain on the enemy forces was hardly necessary. The Bull's chargers were of great assistance in driving back the demons that attacked the shores of Lake Callahan. The elf who calls herself Dalish was particularly helpful, and I look forward to her promised explanation of how Dalish archery techniques can create walls of ice to dispel magical barriers. Inquisitor, it was good to hear from you, my friend. For months I have only the Society of Marvers fledgling Lucerne party, junior members of the Magisterium, so filled with fire and zeal, and so widely inept at politics. May keeps a bucket of ice water on hand in case one accidentally immolates himself. Lest I get the wrong impression, we are making progress, but it will take a great deal of skill to keep the Lucerne alive through the unusual schedule of Minthros scheming long enough to become a real political faction. Fortunately, they do have me. I'm sorry to hear that politics are plaguing you as well. Must be something going around, like a pestilence or an Elysian fashion trend. Hopefully Josephine can diffuse the Ferelden outcry and persuade the Elysians to stop circling you with a collar and leash. You know she always did love a challenge. I'll find an excuse to make a trip south soon. We really should catch up in person, shouldn't we? I agree. Ooh. What can I buy? Oh. Why? Okay. What's with the dog treats? Right, oh, I think I go through, wait, no, how do I get, maybe through there?
Make a smile upon you.
Ooh, I don't know where this is going. That's not right. How do I get to Josephine? Oh, wait. There you are, darling.
It's been quite a day so far, has it not? I've been speaking with representatives from everywhere.
Have they given you trouble?
Not at all. It is quite alarming. It means they are all saving themselves up for later. Would you walk with me? I should like to take some air before the Exalted Council becomes inescapable. The palace has been most accommodating. We are, after all, here at their insistence. But the ministers may... No. No more talk of the council. This meeting was to spend time with you in a more relaxed fashion.
Then why can I still see those wheels turning in your head?
Work carries a certain momentum. The truth is, there is a small entertainment happening tonight, to which I may be able to find a pair of invitations.
You'd like me to go with you?
Very much so. In all the years you worked with Orlais, you had so little time to enjoy its culture.
Perhaps you're right. These meetings and talks don't allow for much leisure time.
And then back to Skyhold without a moment's pause to take in where we are. With all that's been happening, I promised myself a single evening out.
Oh, yay.
I'd very much like to go with a friend.
Of course.
Thank you for thinking of me. I'd be delighted to attend.
Splendid. I will arrange things at once. The past years have been so busy. We have earned at least a few moments of rest.
A calm night out sounds...
Oh, bravo!
What is it? What is it? What is it? A play? What just happened?
Was the woman in gold playing a king? Who was the man in feathers?
Oh, it's all very simple. The first actor's mask is determined by... well, I will lend you the program.
A play!
But tell me, did you enjoy the performance?
I don't know. It was amazing!
That was one of the greatest things I've ever seen.
Truly.
That part with the glittery... And they actually set fire to... Yes, I truly enjoyed it.
Then I call tonight a great success. Oh, look! The encore signal!
Awesome! How fun!
I do hope you recovered from your night at the opera.
Oh, it was an opera.
The earringing should go away in a day or two.
Your suggestion regarding the young man, Cole, was excellent. He displays an uncanny ability to locate missing people. When hostile forces held our agents and we feared they would be killed, Cole was able to reach them without being detected. While he has been less useful overall in extracting intelligence, I have learned to trust his instincts about whether a target is trustworthy or malicious. Per your request, I have limited his assistance to rescue operations or attacks on clearly hostile forces. Whatever magic lives in the young man's mind, it would be poorly served by the less pleasant necessities of our work. His remarks about my family, while not germane to the mission at hand, were also greatly appreciated. Commander Cullen has reviewed the soldiers. I have written and received so many letters from the Elysian court, our birds practically blot out the sun. We are prepared for this exalted council, as we ever will be. I know this past year has been full of formal meetings. Goodness knows I have attended many myself, but this one truly attends the alliances and friendships we have worked hard to build. If I may offer advice, Inquisitor, it is this: keep a ready smile and remember we have their attention because we are to be reckoned with. Unfortunately, I must report that my attempt to use nugs and place some messenger birds in the depots does not go well. On the first attempt, the nugs I released would not even go in the right direction, choosing instead to run around in circles and collide with the walls while trying to squirm out from under the message canister. After considerable training, the second attempt went slightly better, with only half trying to escape their collars while the others at least tried to go in the right direction. However, none of the nugs arrived at their destination. I will require some charter's time in dealing with an Elysian noblewoman, I believe. Maybe I know something my nugs. From surveillance, she appears to be dressing them in little frocks that are simply terrible. Lol. Why? Alright. So, I talked to Josephine. Don't care. Bull. Cole. Blackwell. Varric. So, over here we have Liliana, Vivian, and Cullen. We'll do Cullen last. Tegan? Sweet.
Darling, you made it. Excellent. I scheduled this appointment ages ago, and they do appreciate punctuality.
Appointment?
With the Imperial Garden Spa, of course. You work
yes!
hard, my dear. I wanted to treat you.
Yes!
I've never heard of a fancy spa serving elves.
You are the Inquisitor, darling. Savior of the Empire. They won't turn you away.
Yes, spa! Yes, spa!
What are the cheese wheels for?
It pains me that you even have to ask. You've clearly been living too long in barely civilized conditions.
Why did she get a sexy...
Did you hear something?
Relax, darling. It's spa day. How have you been? It seems ages since we've spoken. How are things with our dear Commander Cullen?
I would never kiss and tell, Vivienne. You know that.
Merely expressing concern for your well-being, my dear. Someone ought to.
You must be keeping very busy.
The Circle needs more supervision than a toddler. It may master using the privy on its own any day now. Don't you feel better, my dear? This place really does work miracles.
What happened?
Darling, it's spa day. Don't fret. You'll undo all the good they've done. Come along, Inquisitor. They have other appointments, you know.
Spa day! What was with the people running around in the back?
Darling, what can I do for you?
Alright, I missed Liliana. Oh, she's over here. What is it? Oh.
Will you walk with me?
Of course. Just so you know, I wanted you to be divine.
The first time I came to the Winter Palace, I was only 18. I was dazzled. Such rich hangings, splendid marble columns, more golden lions than I could count. It's all still here, still bright, but I no longer see that same palace.
And that makes you sad?
It is easier on the heart to just see gilding. Now all I can see are the knives in the shadows, the poison in jeweled goblets.
Yeah. I can see that.
They seek to tear the Inquisition down. You feel it, no? Fear.
Have we not made enough allies?
If friends were easily made and kept, we wouldn't need diplomacy.
What
Our
are we even
allies can be
doing?
cordial to our faces and still dread the future. They are afraid of nothing so much as the hand that directs it all.
Mine.
Already your actions have begun to reshape
Oh.
Thedas. Your
Well, that's
influence
good.
is felt everywhere. It was only a matter of time before they moved. I'm surprised it took this long. When the time comes, consider giving them what they want.
I've thought about it. Ending the Inquisition wouldn't be so bad.
You misunderstand. They cannot act against what they cannot see. Publicly, I will of course retire from this life, as one would expect. Let them think they've finally won. I shall take up charity work, become a patron of the arts, as all respectable women of my age do. And perhaps take on a protégé. Our work never ends, Inquisitor. We just need fewer witnesses.
I agree.
I'll be right here if you need anything.
Okay, let's talk to Cullen now. Is that why we have the dog treats? What are you doing? What are you doing with the dog?
You're to dodge, not catch. If that ball were a fireball, you'd be dead.
Do we get a dog?
You found a dog?
They don't breed Mabari in Olay. The merchant said he was abandoned. Perhaps his owner's tired of the novelty.
But he's too good to us.
Tired of you? With that positive attitude and fetching ability?
He's not supposed to fetch it.
I don't think you understand how this works.
Another Ferelden trapped at the Winter Palace. I couldn't leave him to that fate. Besides, I think he likes me.
Come to me, come to me. Hmm.
I never expected you to make friends at a political council. How times have changed.
So they have. The Inquisition will change after this. I'm not yet sure what that will mean. Still, I've found certainty in my life now. The Council won't change that. Marry me.
What?
I mean, will you... I had a plan, and it wasn't a dog, but you were... it doesn't matter. I've thought of little else, and I don't need a plan.
Aww.
Only to know if you would.
That'd be awesome.
I would. Cullen, I will.
What is it?
Reciting vows to the Maker. That means nothing to me. But I know you.
I want your promise to be true.
People will notice the Inquisitor marrying her commander in the middle of the Exalted Council.
It won't go over well. We know a few people who can keep things secret.
Oh, is it gonna happen right now? Aww.
Just know, everything feels like it was worth fighting for.
It was.
What happens now?
I make a promise. Soleis inaste var aravel, lama, aralas mirlath, Belanaris. And then you.
Oh, right. I swear unto the Maker and the Holy Andraste to love this woman the rest of my days.
We were placed in Kirkwall. Aww.
There you are. I just realized I'm greeting my wife. I rather like this.
Aww. And we have apparently a dog. Also, I get Khan from... Also, I just have to say that I love that we had a wedding and we went to an opera and a spa in the amount of the same day.
I'll be right here if you need anything.
I'm assuming this takes place over a while, otherwise. What was that? Why was that? Aw. That's it. I got a fucking fountain. That's it? So lucky. What was I gonna say?
Orlais is on your side, Lord Parvis. The Inquisition's support is not a thing to lose lightly.
Which is why the Orlesian court is circling it with a net and collar? But you'll have to excuse me. I see an old friend I must greet. Inquisitor, how long has it been? Don't actually tell me. I despise feeling old. It's good to see you, my friend.
Oh, you're bored.
Thrilled to be at the Exalted Council, Lord Parvis.
Oh, riveted. Orlais wants the Inquisition tamed, Ferelden wants it gone, the Chantry meddles, and Tevinter sends but one ambassador. That's me, by the way. A reward for my interest in the South. Thankfully, Ambassador Parvis is a token appointment. Call on me as you like.
Inquisitor, Duke Cyril Montfort, member of the Council of Heralds and Lord of Chateau Haine. I have long followed your work. It is extraordinary.
Is that sentiment shared by the rest of the court?
Of course. Orlais wishes only to offer respectful guidance to the Inquisition.
Does your grace feel the Inquisition should continue to rule itself?
I would rather see the Inquisition join us freely than be carved into pieces for the chessboard. I have not forgotten Justinia's death. I had friends who perished at the Temple of Sacred Ashes. More than the good you have done, it is the good we may do together I don't wish to lose. Whatever happens, Inquisitor, I wish you well.
Hi. This is Arl Tegan. He looks very
Divine
different.
Victoria, am I interrupting?
Not at all. The Arl of Redcliffe was telling me of events in Denerim. He represents Ferelden at the summit.
Inquisitor, good to meet you.
How are things in Redcliffe, my lord?
We still come across scars left by the Venatori, but the land continues to mend.
I'll try not to keep you from more important matters.
Very well. We'll continue this later, your perfection.
I am supposed to be impartial.
Can't
while
you call
speaking for
people
the Chantry,
me your
but I
perfection?
confess that neutrality is beyond me. I may be the divine, but I will always be your friend. And I can hardly ignore the fate of the Inquisition that I began.
What's the worst-case scenario if the summit goes badly?
It could end the Inquisition, but for that, you and I would probably have to start a fistfight during the talks.
But
I must attend to other matters. If you need me, I am ready to assist.
I feel like ending it is fine.
I'm glad you finally arrived, Inquisitor. The Crown's anxious for news.
And your thoughts on Ferelden's position?
The breach is long gone, yet Skyhold's army remains. Ferelden can't continue to ignore soldiers on its borders.
The Inquisition has grown. I can see how its presence might cause concern.
Then you understand why we must demand a reduction of your military forces. A power without allegiance to either Ferelden or Orlais. Even I see neither of our countries can let it rest. I won't keep you longer.
Yeah.
We'll have words enough when the Exalted Council begins.
I mean, if I knew what they were, like, doing, then that would be a different story. You know what I mean? Like, if I knew what the Inquisition was doing. But it's not telling me what. I mean, it hasn't told me, like, are they helping my elf people? Are they making it better for mages? They haven't said a single thing. I mean, maybe they will in there, but... Ooh, another doggy bone? Ah, another doggy bone! For our apparently new dog. That's Aveline and... Don't get mad that I jumped down. Alright. Hey darling, I have a bone for our new dog. My inventory's full.
As the most eloquent dwarf you know, Sparkles...
Speech! Speech! Way too much speech.
Varric, there's really no need.
What's going on?
Inquisitor! You're just in time. Sparkles, the Imperium doesn't deserve you. Or want you. It may even kill you. But we'll miss you. If it counts. And you didn't know. Okay, folks. Time to take the party elsewhere.
Tommen never wanted any. I swear.
What's going on here?
Leave him.
What's going on?
It's true. When the Exalted Council has ended, I'm going back to Tevinter. For good, this time.
You know I'll miss you.
Naturally.
Hmm.
My father is dead.
Aww.
Assassinated, I
The
believe.
one that looked younger than you?
I received notice this morning. A perversely cheerful letter congratulating me on assuming his seat in the Magisterium. We only met a few times while I was home. He didn't say anything about keeping me as his heir. This ambassadorship, his doing, I'm told. He must have wanted me away when the trouble began. I have to go back.
You'll need help. I could go with you.
Not this time, my friend. I won't be entirely without support. Varric has gathered other magisters who feel as we do. We'll be an actual faction in the Magisterium. I'll teach them manners, take them shopping. It'll be fun.
I know it was complicated, but I'm sorry about your father.
Thank you. It still doesn't feel real.
I guess there's nothing more to say.
There is one thing. A present. A going-away present.
Is it an
It's
estate?
a sending crystal. Amazing what friendship with the Inquisition gives you access to.
Awesome.
If I get in over my head, or you're overwhelmed with sorrow for lack of
Aw.
my velvety voice. Magic. What? You didn't think I would just leave and you'd never hear from me again, did you?
Aww.
You are my dearest friend.
Aww.
Perhaps my only friend. That will never change, no matter where we are.
Aww.
Now let's finish the good wine before the others get back.
Aww. All these scenes are so cute. I love them. And once again, I state that somehow I got married, went to an opera.
It's good to see you. It's good to see you.
Went married, got an opera, celebrated Bull's birthday, got a house in Kirkwall for me and my new husband. He must have known.
I'll be here if you need me.
He must have known. I want to change into that sexy outfit. This one. Oop. Alright, let's go in. I think we've talked to everybody. I've already done everything, I think.
Thank you, Your Holiness. Now, Artigan, as to your concerns...
The Inquisition established an armed presence in Ferelden territory. You outright seized Caer Bronach in Crestwood.
Someone had to do your job.
Yes, from bandits. Would you like us to give it back to them?
Your help was appreciated 2 years ago, Inquisitor. Now order has been restored, yet you remain. Invading under pretext of restoring order is exactly what the Grey Wardens did to us centuries ago, and we exiled them. Now the Inquisition is doing the same thing with Grey Wardens in their ranks.
Your concern is ill-founded. The Grey Wardens have proven their worth time and again.
Of course Orlais tolerates this interference. The Inquisition is the only reason Selene still has the throne.
Rest assured, Tegan, the Empire of Orlais will not stand idle if the Inquisition oversteps its bounds. Unlike Ferelden, however, Orlais understands that these were the well-intentioned mistakes of a young organization.
An organization in need of a guiding hand.
Oh my god, I want to punch both of them. Hi, who are you?
Pardon me, Inquisitor. Sister Leliana asked to speak with you in private.
My apologies. An urgent matter has come to my attention. Ambassador Montillier, can you handle this for a short while?
Of course, Inquisitor.
This is highly irregular.
Are we not even worth the Inquisitor's time?
No. You guys can all fuck yourselves. I'll just leave the hole in the sky. Is that what you want? What's going on? Is this a trap? Oh.
Inquisitor, I thought you would want to see this.
What's that?
A Qunari warrior in full armor. How did he get into the Winter Palace?
Would the Iron Bull know anything about this?
I asked, and he is as surprised as we are. Since becoming Tal Vashoth, he has had no contact with his people. He seems frustrated at not knowing more.
So, what would the left hand of the Divine see when she looked at this?
This is a warrior, not a spy. Part of the Antam, the Qunari military. Most of his wounds come from a fight against someone using magic, but at least a few are from a blade. He was badly hurt, separated from his allies, and made it here before he died. But how?
We need to find out what's going on. Can Josephine manage the diplomats while I look around?
She will be fine. It's all speeches and posturing for the first few days anyway. I will ask Divine Victoria to call a recess for now. I will also have our friends ready themselves for battle if need be.
You think that's likely?
I think the Exalted Council may be more exciting than we expected.
Why a Qunari, though?